Sorry it's so late, but I thought we deserved it. We had 3 or 4 really good chances, and Kyle could have had 2 or 3 on a different night. Thought we had a couple of clear penalties. So on the whole, after 3 games in 8 days, 3 quite pressured games as well. Because when we went into the Montreal game, it was a lot of pressure mounting. So we've taken 5 points. So I'm delighted. Look, the team worked really, really hard, and I was pleased with them. I was pleased because it's never easy. As you say, we've lost 5 players who would normally start for us, and that would be in the 3rd game in 8 days. I'm delighted with the response we had from the players. I thought all the guys who come in did really well. I couldn't be more pleased with the players' efforts. Considering the injury, suspensions, and then you lose Kaká, who's been such an influential part for us in the last few weeks. So I think it speaks volumes for the amount of hard work the players have put in over the last week. It's a strange one, really, because I think one of the issues that you have is the sort of trying to find out where you are symmetrically on the field, because it's just so different than what anybody's ever used to. And I think the players find that more of an issue than the actual size of the field. And obviously, in an ideal world, he wouldn't be here, but hey, it is what it is, and we have to get on with it. But had we lost the game, I wouldn't have blamed the field or anything. It's the same for both teams. You've got to get on with it.
Okay.
Adrian, you guys mounted the comeback, but the big changing point in the game was David Villa's missed penalty kick. That makes it 3-0 probably. Very hard to go.
Did anybody in here thought it was a penalty? Did anybody think it was a penalty?
I didn't see the replay.
No, I did. It didn't look a penalty to me. Seb Hines gets fouled by Carrie Shelton and then falls on the ball. But it didn't surprise me because I thought Kyle Larin had a blatant penalty in the first half. Goals change games, if you want to bring up...
I don't know, what was the thought once he missed that? You guys
Well,
had a chance to...
at 2-0 you're still in the game, aren't you? 3-0 would have killed it, and obviously we kept going, and Julio got a goal for us, and when it gets to 2-1, on the back of how they've been in the last few weeks, it's, they're playing here. I think they've got more points on the road than they've got here, so, as long as we stayed in the game, we had a chance, especially as we were putting men forward, but it was a really good goal, the second one.
Adrian, Kyle Larin had a kind of an uncharacteristically unsharp day in front of goal today. Do you think, had you taken a few of those chances, that you would have won the game?
I thought about resting him, but he's such a goal threat that you don't like taking goal threats off because he's looked tired. I think from the Montreal game, then you take the midweek game against Philly, and today I think his energy levels have gradually just got a little bit depleted each time. So yeah, on a different day he would have, and I'd expect him to have scored a couple of the chances that he had. I still thought he should have had 2 penalties, by the way.
Coach, anyone who follows the team and watches knows that you guys like to score goals in stoppage time, it seems. Why do you think that is? And do you say anything to players when it goes into stoppage time and you're behind?
No, I just keep going, and that's the one thing they do. They don't quit, they keep going, and as long as you've got a chance, as long as you're still in the game, the human nature is that you try and protect what you've got if you're ahead. So you don't realise, but you end up putting more pressure on yourselves. And the more men we put forward, and we got the ball in their box. I thought we might get. I said to the guys on the bench, I think we'll get one more chance, and we did.
You got a couple weeks off now with the Copa break, heading back into, I believe, Open Cup is going to be your next match. How important is it for the next couple weeks to get healthy, especially at a time like now where you've got so many guys down?
Well, it is. We're giving the lads 4 or 5 days off this next week, and then we'll bring them back in, and we've got a 2-week build-up then for the next game. So, the Open Cup game will give us a chance to get more minutes into some of the guys who've not played as much as they would have liked. But this break has come at an absolutely perfect time for us.
Why did you guys struggle to get going and find your rhythm in this game?
I thought they started very bright, and we kept ourselves in the game, but I always felt we looked dangerous on the break. Kyle had a couple of half chances on the break, and then one he came up the byline when I thought he got brought down, and so I always thought there was something in the game for us. Obviously at 2-0 you're a little bit worried, but I knew if we got the next goal we could make something out of it.
Last question.
You'd mentioned, obviously, NYCFC having more points and better results on the road than they have at home. I'm not implying that you would have a lack of confidence against them at home. I'm just curious if there was anything that you thought you were able to take advantage of here, despite it being their home field, that you might not be able?
Well, I knew they'd come out firing, for obviously on the back of last week's result, because what anybody thinks, players care, and they would probably thought that they let everybody down last week. So I knew that they'd come out fighting, and they did, and they started very quickly. And it's away from home, it's never easy. This is a difficult place to come and play. As much as people think, they're at home results, it's not an easy place to come and get something from. And we've played twice here this year, we got 4 points, and I'm delighted with that.